Good morning.
Hi.
You look so beautiful. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. It is so nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too.
Oh my goodness. Let's dive in here because so many people are so excited we're catching up with you today. But oh my goodness, when we asked our fans to ask you some questions, when I tell you the page just kept scrolling and and scrolling. So your fans are so excited, but I want to dive into one of the most frequently asked fan questions is your fans want to know a little bit about you, how you started in this industry. Tell them a little bit of background because you've been acting and you've been in this industry since you were a little baby. So tell them about that.
Okay, so it started off with my sister doing like a little modeling job, and she looked like she was having so much fun. So I asked my mom if I could start modeling and stuff. And so then a photographer from LA invited us down to LA and asked if he could shoot headshots of me. And so then we did that, and then my mom posted them on her Facebook, or the photographer posted the headshots on his Facebook. And then a manager from LA contacted us once she saw them. And so then we were invited to the management company, and she didn't know that I had three siblings, because all my siblings were with me. And so then we all just kind of started acting and going out for auditions and stuff. And then as soon as I did my first audition, I just loved the auditioning process anyway. But then I booked the first audition that I went out for, and then it was so fun. That whole experience was so fun, and then I knew I wanted to do it for that.
Okay, so how old were you?
I was like 5, I think.
Okay, and then you went out. Do you know how rare that is to go out for audition, book your very first audition? That's like unheard of.
Yeah, it was awesome. I'm so grateful for everything that I've booked.
So fast forward 10 years later, you are still in this industry. You're in one of our fans' favorite shows. You play Zoe Campbell on Disney Channel's Secrets of Sulphur Springs. So tell me about booking that and working on that series, because that is one of the most popular series I've heard of in a very long time on Disney Channel. So tell me about that.
Okay, so when I first auditioned for it, I'm pretty sure I was like 10, I think, or 11. I might have been 11. But yeah, I auditioned for it. I got a call back, and then I went straight to the mix and match at the Disney Channel building, and I was so nervous to go in. But the boy who plays my twin brother, Landon, as soon as we met each other there, we kind of just like clicked instantly, and then I booked it, and then we got to New Orleans, and I loved the whole cast so much, and getting to work on that with everyone and being in New Orleans was awesome.
I mean, that is so cool. You guys got to film in New Orleans. Was that your first?
No. Yes, it was. Actually, it was my second time in New Orleans, because I had actually just been there for a little Christmas movie, which is when I found out that I booked Sulphur Springs. Well, oddly enough, I was in New Orleans. That was crazy. But yeah, I love New Orleans so much. Being there is awesome. Like seeing all the art and listening to jazz music and stuff like that, it's really cool.
Oh, I'm jealous. I want to check that off my bucket list. Hopefully in the next year, I'm planning on a trip to.
You should. Also, the beignets are amazing. The food there is incredible. I love food.
Chocolate beignet, strawberry beignet. What are we feeling?
Probably the normal beignets with powder on them, but they're also really good with caramel.
Ooh. Hey, I'm gonna have to hit you up when I head there. But
you should.
Also, I mean, playing Zoe Campbell, what's one of the biggest things while playing this character, and this character that so many people, like I keep saying, love, adore? I mean, what's the biggest things that you've taken away from Zoe?
Probably that she always looks on the brighter side of things and doesn't lose confidence. I feel like that's what you got to see more of this season. Like whenever she's with Wyatt or Wyatt, whenever they're like saying negative stuff, like, oh my gosh, we're so scared. I think you get to see her more independent side and see how confident and brave she is.
I think that's also such an amazing character for young women and men to look up to these days, because we live in a world that's so, every day there's something there, and there's so much emphasis on the negative that we need some bright positivity. We need some role model characters to look up and to give us that positive spirit to go on in our days.
100%.
Well, we applaud you for bringing Zoe Campbell to life and the positivity that she brings to our screens. But I mean, you were a part of the Toy Story franchise, okay? Opposite of Tom Hanks and Tim Allen in this. So I want you to tell me a little bit about this. And for those that don't know that you're in the Toy Story franchise, because I don't know if many people do know that. So let's talk about that.
Okay, so I auditioned for it, or I booked it when I was 5 years old, and then ended it when I was 10, which was crazy. It's such a big part of my life. That's 5 years. Well, I had grown up watching Toy Story, like Toy Story 1, Toy Story 2, Toy Story 3. Because we used to live in San Jose, so we would drive from San Jose to LA. It's like 7 hours there and back. I would always bring the Toy Story movies. So then when I found out I booked it, me and my mom, we started screaming and running around our house. It's crazy. I couldn't believe it. I was shocked.
Now, okay, so Tom Hanks, Tim Allen, working with these legends. Tell me, did you have any, I know it's obviously you're probably recording this alone in a booth, but did you guys have moments together where you got together as a cast?
Well, the first time I got to meet like everyone from the cast was at the premiere, when we were taking cast photos and on the carpet and stuff, and getting to meet them was so cool. It was like a dream come true, getting to meet Tom Hanks and Tim Allen and everyone. But I think the best part was getting to see it all come together after all of the creators' hard work in the animation, because I remember seeing it step by step whenever I would come into the recording studio, and how it would just be drawings, and then seeing it fully come to life was incredible.
What a full circle moment for you and your mom, it sounds like. I mean, growing up, loving, being such a fan of this franchise, to now you're doing cast photos at the premiere with
It's crazy.
Tim Allen. Like, I'm pitching myself for you, honestly. But it doesn't end there, because you did star right alongside Bradley Cooper, who's one of my favorite actors. You played Bradley Cooper's daughter. So, you're just 14 years old, which I find so shocking. You carry yourself with such elegance and grace that you're a lot older than your age, and you have so many amazing, monumental moments in your acting career already. I mean, starring alongside some of these big actors that some people would only dream of meeting, okay? So being able to have that privilege, what's some of the biggest things that you've taken away by, playing and starring alongside these amazing actors like Bradley Cooper?
Well, I think I've learned a few things. One of them is definitely to always be humble, stay humble, be incredibly kind to everyone you meet, and stay grateful. But also, I've learned some acting tips from working with people like Bradley Cooper. When I was working on American Sniper, even though I was so little, I saw that he kind of stayed in his character a lot, like even when we weren't rolling or even in the middle of a scene. Like when he was getting touch-ups before we were about to go in, or even when he was walking back to his trailer, he kind of stayed in character, which I think is really cool.
I love that. That's really cool. Now, speaking of working with all these amazing actors, learning on and off screen from these actors, who is one actor that you haven't had the chance to work with yet that is almost like you're like, that's my dream? And honestly, these days your dreams are going to be turning into reality, obviously. So who would that be for you?
I don't really know. There's so many, but I'd say there is definitely an actor that I would like to work with again. It would definitely be Patrick Fugit, who played my pretend dad in the series Outcast. I loved him so much. He's literally like family. We share Thanksgivings with them. And the fact that I've known him for like almost more than half my life is crazy. I love him so much. He's like another dad or another parent to me. I love him and his family. I would love to work with him.
Okay, well, that's amazing. So, did you form that relationship just working with each other? And now that you guys are spending Thanksgivings together, you must be actually like this.
Yeah, I think one of my favorite things from acting is definitely becoming family with the people that you work with.
Right.
Like everything I've worked on, I feel like we're always like family by the end. Like especially Black Phone, me and Mason, we're like brother and sister, and the whole cast, we're all like family. I think that's like one of my favorite things.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm so impressed by you. You have quite the career at such a young age, and it's, like I said, only going to go up from here. But when you're not acting, like soccer, you're hanging out with your siblings. So you have a few siblings. You have 3 siblings, right?
Yes, I have 3 siblings. My oldest brother, he is 16. His name is Jack. Then I have a twin brother. He's 1 minute older than me. That's whatever, because I'm taller. His name is Aiden. And then I have a little sister. Her name is Violet, and she is 11, almost 12 actually. Her birthday's in April 22nd.
Okay, you guys are all very close in age. Are you all in the acting, modeling industry, or are...
Yeah, we all act, but it's really cool because a lot of us have many of our own interests. Like my oldest brother Jack, he loves making stop motion films.